Hi, in this video I will demonstrate how to calculate inventory and the cost of goods sold using FIFO, LIFO, and average cost when using a periodic inventory system. FIFO, LIFO, and average cost are three inventory cost flow methods. First, we need to know what each of these mean before we can calculate the problem. FIFO means first in, first out, and it assumes the earliest goods purchased are the first to be sold, which would mean the cost of the earliest goods purchased are the first to be recognized when figuring out the cost of goods sold. LIFO means last in, first out, and assumes the latest goods purchased are the first to be sold, so that would mean the cost of the latest goods that were purchased are used to determine the cost of goods sold. When using the average cost method, we need to calculate the basis of the weighted average unit cost to find the cost of goods available for sale. And that's our first problems, to find the weighted average unit cost. We do this by taking the total cost of goods available for sale, which are these numbers right here. So we're going to equal 600 plus 2,166 plus 1,498, and we get 4,264. Next, we're going to find the total units for sale, which would be right here, our beginning inventory plus our two purchases. So 120 plus 361 plus 214 equals 695. Now, to find the weighted average unit cost, we'll take the total cost of goods available for sale and divide it by the total units for sale. When we do this, we get the number 6.1352,518. And here in our question it says round answer to 3 decimal places. So then if we round it to 3 decimal places, our weighted average unit cost would be 6.135. And we can check our answer here on Wiley. And you have 6.135, and we're correct. We'll use this number when we calculate our average cost in the second part of the problem. The second part of the problem wants us to calculate the cost of the ending inventory and the cost of goods sold using FIFO, LIFO, and the average cost. Let's first start with FIFO. To calculate our ending inventory for FIFO, which assumes first in, first out, it would mean that the ending inventory would contain our most recent purchases. We know that our total units in the ending inventory is 225. So we will start with our most recent purchases, which are 214, and times that by 7, and that'll get us 1,048. And then we will take, we still need 11 more units because this is only 214 and there's 225. So we'll take 11 units out of this purchase. And we have 11 at $6 this time, times 6, will get us $66. Now, to get our cost of the ending inventory here, we will add those together. 1,498 plus 66. and that will get us 1,564. Let's see if we're right here. 1,564. Perfect. The easiest way to calculate cost of goods sold is to take the total cost, which we know is 4,264, and subtract the ending inventory, which is 1,564, and the cost of goods sold would be 2,700. And let's see if we're right. And we are. Let's move on to LIFO. LIFO is last in, last out, or last in, first out. And the ending inventory will be comprised of the oldest units. So this time we're going to take the units from the top here that we've had here, the one that we've had the longest. And so we do 100, that would be 120 units at $5. And that'll give us 600. And then we need 105 more to equal 125 here. So 105. And this would be at the $6 mark. Since we used all these, we go to the next one. And that'll give us 630, which if we added these two together, our cost of the ending inventory would be 1,230. And remember, to get the cost of goods sold, we would take our total cost of goods available for sale, subtract that by the cost of the ending inventory, and we would get 3,034. So let's see if those are both right. Delete. 1,230 and 3,034. Now to find the average cost, it's a little bit different. We're going to take our weighted average unit cost that we found up here. So this number here, which we know is 6.135, and times that by the number of units in our ending inventory, which is 225. And that will get us 1,380. In this answer, they didn't want us to have any decimals. So let's see if we're right. Our average cost here would be our cost of the ending inventory using average cost would be 1,380. And 1,380. And again, to get the cost of goods sold, we just take our total cost of goods available for sale minus our cost of ending inventory, and we get 2,884. And we'll check it here. 2,884. And that will wrap up this problem. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a message in the discussion board. Thanks. Have a great week.